The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. To achieve something, you have to want it wholeheartedly. You must believe in yourself despite all your doubts, and you need to have the will to continue, no matter what obstacle life throws your way. In this quote by Confucius, we learn that in order to achieve personal excellence and growth, we have to constantly work on our will and desire for improvement so that we can persevere in the face of great challenges. We must ask ourselves, how much do we want to achieve personal excellence? By stating this, we start to develop the three most important factors which you need to succeed. We need to remember that achieving is a matter of will, desire, and urge, because the lack of a will means we don't have the courage to act. Without desire and urge, we lack the heart to keep going. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Humanity sometimes has the tendency to make simple things seem complicated. Confucius is one of the wisest philosophers in history. Still, he shared one of the simplest pieces of advice to achieve happiness, and that is never to overcomplicate what can be easily accomplished by simply doing. If you want to be happy, pursue the things that make you happy. If you like someone, then there is no moment to spare. Let the person know just how much they mean to you. Life is not long enough for us to continue to ponder and constantly think of how we will act. Next time you find yourself tangled in your thoughts, remember that sometimes simple planning is a good start. If you plan to start the day right, set your alarm, make a short list of the things that will set your mood, and do it. Study the past if you would divine the future. It's a common saying that history repeats itself, but the truth is, it's not history that repeats itself, but people who repeat history. This quote by Confucius reminds us to never repeat the mistakes of the past. Just as we learn from our mistakes, we can also learn from the mistakes of others and lead a life that is not totally free of mistakes, but a life based on learning and improvement. While not repeating the mistakes of the past or the mistakes we've made, we can also learn from new mistakes. Some are calculated and some entirely by accident. Admittedly, mistakes can be terrifying, especially in the aftermath when we face the consequences. However, a life without mistakes is a life without taking any risk, a life with little to no improvement and growth. Another thing that we can learn and take from the past are ideas that can be shaped and improved to create better opportunities for everyone. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. Never speak or act with intentions to impress. Speak to share ideas and act to encourage growth. Listening to this quote by Confucius, we are reminded to be humble. In the present, it's easy to access information even while staying at home, which is why we feel like we hold knowledge in the palm of our hands. Acquiring knowledge is no longer a problem, but what we do with that knowledge is something that should be constantly questioned. Let us stay centered at all times because we must use what we know of the world to not only improve ourselves, but also to help those in need. Staying humble does not only apply to what you know, but also to what you have. There is no amount of material possession that could buy us genuine happiness, and no amount of boasting that provide us with true satisfaction. With this, let us keep a humble mindset, and let us not think that we are on top of the world, but rather that we are a part of it. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. A wise man knows when to be silent, especially when it comes to keeping secrets. Trust can sometimes be betrayed, and that's a problem everyone faces from time to time. We all have secrets that we keep to ourselves because the truth is consciously or unconsciously. We are aware of the fact that no matter who we trust, a secret shared will soon be a secret told and spread one way or another. Not all secrets are bad. Most of the time, they are just too personal, which is why we keep others from knowing. The fewer personal secrets shared with others, the more secure you'd feel. This quote by Confucius does not tell us to stop trusting people, but it reminds us that sometimes there are secrets that are better off kept to ourselves. The object of the superior man is truth. A person who stays true to himself or herself gains genuine happiness. Some people these days value material possession, fame, and power, thinking that it could make them happy. Maybe it does, but the question is, for how long? Sometimes you compare this person to someone who spent years doing something they love. Then you'd see the big difference in happiness. While the former spent his years gathering earthly possessions and titles that will soon pass, the latter has spent every single day of his life happy and content, gathering memories that he can take wherever he goes. The superior man, who is truthful, succeeds in life and regrets very few things when they hit the finish line. In contrast, the inferior man regrets every turn and most of his decisions. Success is not measured by material possessions or earthly recognition. It is measured by how satisfied and happy you are by the end of the day.